Mark, 5 minutes until airtime here on the Appalachian Sports Network until our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 4 minutes until airtime. Mark, 4 minutes until airtime here on the Appalachian Sports Network until our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 3 minutes until airtime. Mark, 3 minutes until airtime on the Appalachian Sports Network until our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue comes with 2 minutes until airtime. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime here on the Appalachian Sports Network until our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 1 minute until airtime. Mark, network stations, we are 1 minute until airtime on the Appalachian Sports Network until our Coaches Show broadcast. Studios, please start your archive recording. Stations, if you encounter any technical issues during today's broadcast, please call the Appalachian State Studio Hotline at area code 336-831-0827. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds until airtime. Once again, stations, if you encounter any issues during the broadcast, please call the App State Studio Hotline at 336-831-0827. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Appalachian Sports Network.
Live from the River Street Ale House, welcome to Mountainieer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge on the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield. Coming up, 60 minutes of Mountaineer football conversation and your chance to hear from head coach Shawn Clark. Mountaineer Talk is brought to you by the Allen Tate Companies. Hey Mountaineers, Allen Tate Realtors is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Allen Tate today for all your real estate needs. Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward. Now, to get things underway, here's the voice of the Mountaineers, Adam Witten.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Mountaineer Talk, live on the Appalachian Sports Network, hanging out here at River Street Ale House after a week off with the bye week. We are back here at Ale House with a great crowd on hand to talk App State football for the next hour as the Mountaineers get set to return home this Saturday to face the Georgia State Panthers. My name's Adam Witten. Head coach Shawn Clark is here. We're also going to be talking with our cornerbacks coach, Rod West, and Ethan Johnson will be our player guest a little bit later on in the show. As a reminder, if you want to be a part of our program, we'll have questions for Coach Clark in our second segment, as well as for Coach West and Ethan Johnson. You can use the hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter. You can email us mountaineertalk@gmail.com. Text line 828-295-2063. And those of you watching along on our Facebook live stream, leave a question in the comments section. We'll get to some of those in just a little bit. Coach, good to see you after a week off. How are you?
Doing great. Good seeing you and always great fans here tonight. So it's good to be back in game week. Spent a little bit of time here through last week and 37 days on Saturday. But we haven't had a home game, Saturday game since August 31st with ETSU. So it's going to be great to be back at the Rock, and we're looking forward to it. Sold
out crowd expected Saturday afternoon. Again, if you haven't seen yet, the game has been moved to 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon for the Mountaineers and the Panthers. All right. Speaking of things that we haven't done in a while, we haven't had a true bye week in a while like we did this past week, where you actually had 14 scheduled days off in between games, at least. So, how did you utilize the time?
Well, we got back on Sunday. We brought our players back, and we had to watch the film, put it to bed. Then Monday and Tuesday, some of our coaches went out recruiting, and we did some self-scouting on all three phases of our football program. And what did we do good? What we had to improve on? We practiced on Wednesday, Thursday. Coaches were back out Thursday night, and Friday night, and then we had the coaches off on Saturday, get a little break. So it was good to get some guys healthy. I think we got some guys returning now that's been out for a while. So that was nice. Like you mentioned, we haven't had a bye week since I've been the head football coach here. So that was awful nice to have that and to really reassess your program.
Yeah, the last time we had the actual true bye week without anything in terms of a midweek game on the back end of that was 2019 in between the Charlotte and the North Carolina game. So yes, it has been quite some time since we've had the true bye week. When the coaches were out recruiting during practices the week of the open date, how did that change maybe some of your responsibilities at practice when they were out on the road?
Well, we had a few coaches miss practice, but again, Monday and Tuesday they were out recruiting. Wednesday, Thursday we were practicing. A few coaches left early from practice on Thursday to catch flights to get out of town. So I had a chance to coach a little bit. I was coaching the tight ends. That was fun. And that's good for your soul sometimes. And yell at those tight ends about blocking and catching and come up the ball with some arm swing and body lane. So it was fun. It was good for me, and I think the players enjoyed it.
All right, Coach Clark's comments tonight brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. All right, let's quickly just address the last time we were on the field, which was down in Lafayette against Louisiana. Going from that game, what did you take away from that one? Is it really anything more than just the turnovers were the difference in the game? Because you guys played well on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a lot of positives. I thought our defense played the best they played since East Carolina. I thought we tackled well, fit the gaps the right way. We got a turnover on defense. Really proud of our special teams. I thought we won all four phases of the special teams. That was a really good Louisiana special teams unit. They were averaging getting the ball back to the 35 throughout the whole season. We held them inside the 25-yard line. We're the first team to get a punt return against our punter, the Australian punter. He was had almost almost 4.5 seconds tame time. Our punt return did tame well, and then our offense ran the football well. So a lot of positives. Again, we can't turn the ball over. We understand that. But I thought our team played physical and gave us a chance to win at the very end.
What are the specific things that you can do in practice, meetings, whatever the preparation is or the download from that type of a game? What are the specific things that you can do to say, all right, this is how we address cutting down on turnovers?
Well, again, we do have a turnover circuit each day. We do that, and sometimes as a coach, you talk about it too much. You can't get a turnover or you give it to me up. So again, we addressed it. They know they know what the problem is. Again, Joey had 4 turnovers. That's not all on Joey. People around him got to play better and make plays around him. But we have to be smart with the football. Sometimes a check down is okay. Sometimes playing the football is okay. But again, we have to learn from that, move on, and we have. We understand how the close the margin of victory is in this conference. If you're -1 in the turnover battle, it's hard to win a football game. And we were -4. So we turned the ball over 5 times, and we really couldn't get the momentum going. I mean, every time we had the ball, we're going to score. We have a fumble. Kanye fumbles the ball, and they take it back and score a touchdown. So, again, those are big momentum changers in the game, and you just can't have those and be successful. And so we have to get that corrected, and that started we got back on Sunday and then again on Wednesday and Thursday.
You mentioned Kanye, and you hate that fumble kind of clouds what he did in terms of his performance on the ground. But overall, where do you attribute the success of being better the last 2 games, really? Not just Louisiana, but better the last 2 games on the ground?
Well, I think it starts with that's an attitude to run the football, and you have to break someone's will to do that. And again, I thought our offensive line and tight ends blocked very well. Our receivers blocked well on the perimeter. Our running backs run the football hard. I mentioned the turnover on Kanye. Again, I thought he was down when that happened, but there was no camera angle on the home side because that was under construction. So there was no view to turn the ball over, but that's not an excuse. We can't do that. But again, proud of the way he ran the football. He ran the football hard, and those are the dirty runs, 3- and 4-yard runs. And he went his longest run, 17 yards was one of his longest runs. So I thought everyone ran the ball hard. We blocked well, and again, we have to be able to improve on that this week.
I know you mentioned earlier in terms of the defensive improvement, it was fitting gaps. That has a lot to do with better defensive performance. Anything else beyond that you can point to say this is why we had a better performance against Louisiana defensively?
Yeah, I thought our back end played good as well. I mean, we played tighter coverage, and you can't give up the 7-8 yard slant routes or the hitch routes. You got to be able to be tight coverage. And you have to be able to get up there and challenge those receivers. And I thought our corners played physical. Our safeties were downhill tackling. So again, a lot of improvement on that side of the football. We have to make sure we take this week to build on the momentum we have right now.
All right, we are just getting started on tonight's show. Shawn Clark is here for 3 segments, so 2 more after the commercial break, and then we'll have Rod West and Ethan Johnson joining the show a little bit later on. Hey, Mountaineers, Alan Tate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Alan Tate today for all your real estate needs. We'll get to your questions for the coach when we return to River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after this.
State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
When you think of winning plays, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
Reaches the ball out, and he's in!
More coverage of Mountaineer football after these local messages. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
What does it mean to be first for teaching? First, we listen. First, we engage. First, we recognize potential. You have what it takes: the drive, the smarts, and the heart to be the kind of educator who changes and inspires lives. 2 million kids are waiting for you. But first, your journey starts right here. Be first. Be an App State teacher. Learn more at firstteach.appstate.edu.
over 60 years, Daniel Boone Inn has been serving Boone and the High Country delicious family-style meals that take you back to your grandma's table. Whether it's our family-style dinner with our signature fried chicken and country ham biscuits served with traditional Southern vegetables, or our classic Southern breakfast with such favorites as scrambled eggs, local country ham, biscuits and gravy, pancakes, and more, you're sure to feel right at home at the Daniel Boone Inn. So be sure to stop by and pregame, postgame, or let us prepare your next tailgate at the Rock.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. We want to hear from you as well. Tweet us using the hashtag Mountaineer Talk. Now let's head back to your host, Adam Witten.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're with you until 8 o'clock tonight. It is Mountaineer Talk here on the Appalachian Sports Network. Mountaineers and Georgia State coming up Saturday at 1 o'clock. Our coverage on the network begins at 11 a.m. We're back with head coach Shawn Clark. His comments brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. All right, like we do every week at this time, it is time for your questions for the coach. Ready to rock and roll?
Let's go.
All right, let's start on our Facebook live stream. This is from James. Which position group made the most progress during the bye week?
Well, that's a tough question. I would say our linebackers made a lot of improvement. Again, we've switched some different positions around, but again, they're playing downhill, playing more confident. And I think our corners are playing better. Our offensive line has gotten more physical throughout the bye week, and again, our running backs and tight ends are really doing a good job. So I think really our whole team improved. We were able to go back and look at the tape and what can we improve on? What are we doing good? And how can we build upon that? And those 2 days in the office doing self-scanning really helped us on that part of it.
Gina asks, Coach, can you speak on the health of the team?
We're getting better. Michael Hughes, he'll still be out this week. Mikael Hayward will be out. Farmer will be out. But, again, the bangs and bruises are getting back to full speed. But, again, some of those guys will be some long-term injuries.
All right. Tony has 2 questions. I'm going to save one for our next segment when we talk about Saturday's opponent. But he wants to know your most memorable win as a coach and a player.
Wow. I've had a lot of them. Probably as a player, 1995 Marshall. We went there and won 10-3, I believe. It was a night game. And then Georgia Southern 1996. We're down 21 in the fourth quarter.
Bake Baker.
And Bake Baker came back and led us to a game-winning touchdown. He was nicknamed Bake Baker, the touchdown maker. Those were all great memories as a coach. And there's a lot of great memories. Again, Texas A&M is always special. But whenever you can beat Georgia Southern, you got to make sure you put that in there as well.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Teresa wants to ask, what do you attribute the interceptions to so far?
Well, again, we're not trying to throw interceptions, and sometimes we're trying to make tough throws. And again, Joey's got a strong, confident arm, and we've talked all week. We don't want to take that aggressive away from him, but again, sometimes a check down or a punt is still a good play. So as long as we don't turnovers, we have a chance to win football games. But throw the check down, get a first down, and move the chains and move on.
Jason has a question about your food order tonight. Did you get wings, first of all?
I did.
All right. He wants to know what flavor.
I just got medium, extra crispy this time.
Extra crispy.
Extra crispy.
Extra ranch.
No, blue cheese. I'm a blue cheese guy.
I had to try. All right. Neil says, if you had to boil it down to one thing, what would you say is the strength of the team right now?
Well, I think we got a lot of strengths to our football team. I think the offensive line has really improved since day one. Our running backs are hitting the holes hard. Our receivers are catching the ball well. And again, right now our defense has really improved in the last 2 weeks. And again, that starts up front with Josh Donaldson. He's really had a great job anchoring the nose position. Our linebackers have improved, and again, we're playing tighter coverage in the secondary. So I think we have a lot of improvement. And again, we got to put that on the field this Saturday. But again, I'm proud of where we are. Our kids are working hard. They got a great attitude. Again, they know this is an important game. Like every game is important. So we're just excited to get back out there at 1 o'clock this Saturday at the Rock.
Question to our text line, 828-295-2063. Has there been any consideration to moving Caden Robinson out of the slot to open up big play possibility for the offense?
Well, there's always consideration. So Caden's leading our team right now. I think he has 560 yards of total offense receiving. But again, that's sometimes your number one progression. Caden's one of our best receivers we have. We have a really good receiving core. Different personnel groups will put him out wide, but right now we'll keep him in the slot, and then certain formations and certain scenarios during the game dictates where he goes. So there's always consideration. You might see some this weekend.
I mean, Fourth quarter, I don't know that I've seen a lot of examples better than what he was doing and almost seemingly trying to put the team on his shoulders in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's a very competitive kid. This game means a lot to him, and he's made some catches this season. It's like, wow. You go back to the Marshall catch he caught for the first down, and then there was one catch. I couldn't even see the ball when it was thrown to him. He catches with one hand, makes a great play. But just a competitive kid. You wish I had 11 like that all the time, his attitude on your football program. But again, just very proud of Caden, his leadership. He's shown this year. He's getting better and better each week.
Caden is one of the captains on this year's team, and one of the things that our broadcast crew was discussing after the game at Louisiana was we saw play from the captains really step up in that game. And again, I understand what happened on the scoreboard, but seeing maybe what we thought was Brendan Harrington's one of his best games of the year, Caden Robinson doing that in the fourth quarter, seeing the leadership of guys with that C on their jersey seemed to take a really big step in that game. Is that accurate?
It is. I mean, whenever you wear the C on your chest, that means something. You're a captain. Your peers voted you to be the leader of the football team, and we need our best players to play their best, and they did. They played their tails off, and they told them to keep their chin up high, and good things are coming our way. We went through a little bump in the road here, but man, I'm proud of our football team. They never give up. They keep fighting. They have that Mountaineer spirit, and then good things are coming for App State football.
Have you thought about what it's going to be like on Saturday? I mean, I know home games are always special here, but given that this is the first home game since the storm, have you given any thought to what it's going to be like here? I mean, it's a lot different than that first game at Marshall because this one's going to be at the Rock.
Yeah, they're all special, but this is going to be unique coming back from the hurricane, and people have lost a lot of. It's been devastating for our community, for Western North Carolina, East Tennessee, but it's just a good way to give back. I mean, this community means a lot to App State athletics, especially football, and again, our community means a lot to us. So it's just being able to get for 3 or 4 hours, get their minds off things, enjoy a good football game here at the Rock. It's one of the best venues of all college football. So again, we're looking forward to it, just giving back to everyone involved.
Yeah, and we also encourage everybody, when you're up here, if you're tailgating beforehand, the time that you are spending here, support our local businesses, the people that support our community so well. One of the businesses that we want to thank for sponsoring our show tonight, being a staple of this community, Mountaineer Mania, which is App State football alumni owned by Preston Powell. He's the class of 2001. They're Boone's longest running team store of 43 years. They've got the largest selection of App State Nike products in town and a hat bar which has the largest selection of App State headwear under one roof. So
don't forget about the Ale House also now. It's with walking distance of the
That's right.
stadium. Yep. Come here, get some good wings, good food, and walk to the stadium and enjoy your Saturday.
Oh, the wings. So good. So good. Never had a bad meal here. The wings, you can't go wrong with that. Jeffrey's chowing down on his burger back there. I got a little chicken Philly that I really seem to gravitate towards. So I don't know. I'm not going like the extra crispy wings like you, but still a good meal, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Make sure you check out Ale House while you're in town as well. Okay, we got more to do on tonight's show. When we come back, we will talk about Saturday's opponent, the Georgia State Panthers. 1 o'clock kick here in Boone at Kid Brewer Stadium. That's when we return to River Street Ale House for more Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after this.
It's Apple season when I becomes we, and we live every day for Saturdays. Well, and a couple of Thursdays. It's when the Rock is the loudest place on planet Earth, and every fan in the high country reaches for delicious Pepsi all season long. Pepsi picks us up so we can tailgate longer and cheer louder. It refreshes so we can always be a winning, a grinning, and a feeling fine. So grab a Pepsi and roll Nears, proud sponsor of App State football.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea hard iced tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea hard iced tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
It is great to be a Mountaineer.
The home of the Mountaineers. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
Mountaineer football is back, which means it's time to fire up those grills and tailgate. The grilling experts at Appalachian Energy and G&B Energy would like to remind you of a few helpful tips when heading out to your cookout this season. Remember that it's okay to bring your own sauces. Always expect the grill master to provide meat, but bring your own sides and beverages. And last but not least, do not touch the grill. For more grilling tips and to learn more about Appalachian Energy and G&B Energy Tailgater of the Year contest, visit us at gbenergy.com.
Hey fans, this is Wayne Cook, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you'd love to get your podcasts. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now back to River Street Ale House and the voice of the Mountaineers, Adam Witten.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got one more segment here with head coach Shawn Clark as the Mountaineers get set to face Georgia State on Saturday at 1 o'clock. His comments tonight brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. Before we talk about the Panthers, though, we, of course, want to tell you about the official beef of App State football. That is Goddard Family Farms beef, featuring a premium farm-to-table product, sustainably grown in the heart of the mountains and shipped directly to your door. You and your tailgate can now have the beef that fuels the black and gold on game day. Visit GoddardFamilyFarms.com for all the details on how to hashtag eat like a Mountaineer. We talked a lot about different ways to cook up your steak, your beef, your burgers, whether it's indoors, outdoors. You ever go with like wood chips? You ever done like wood flavor, like get a smoker going, get some like hickory wood chips, apple wood chips? That might be more for pork, but where do you stand on wood chips flavoring in terms of when you're smoking meats?
I haven't done it much, but I have done it a few times. So I had to go with the hickory. We had a hickory tree fall down where you cut it up a little bit, and we let the wood chips dry a little bit, soak them, and smoke a big old roast in there. So, again, just thankful for Derek Goddard and Goddard Family Farms for all your support for our program. And, again, if you need a good meat, a good steak, you need to get a hold of Derek for all your needs.
Yep, Goddard Family Farms. We have never had Big C's attention more than we were talking about wood chips for grilling. All right,
he's just trying to get her a vote. Election's coming up pretty soon.
Georgia State is the opponent on Saturday. 1 o'clock is the kickoff. I know you've had a chance to watch it, obviously, but what were your thoughts on their last time out, which was last Thursday when they played against Marshall and went down to the herd, but came back after a big early deficit to make that a pretty competitive game at the end?
Yeah, Coach McGee's done a great job with Georgia State. I mean, he's kind of behind the eight ball when he first came in with, Shawn Elliott leaves there and goes to South Carolina. He gets the job late, and again, he's got some great football coaches. Got great players. I mean, they've had some big time wins. They beat Vanderbilt. And again, they're 2-4 just like we are, but they've had some big wins. They played very solid all throughout the year. And again, they got down early versus Marshall. They switched quarterbacks, and the quarterback they came in number one, took him down, and I had a chance to tie at the very end. So they play physical. They're a physical football team. Again, they have a great offensive coordinator, good players on offense, and their defense flies around. So it's going to be a challenge for us this week, and one we look forward to playing.
Are they a ball control style offense primarily? Because even when they were down, driving late, down by 8 to try to tie the game against Marshall, they put together a very lengthy drive, and it seems like that might be a theme for the way that they score their points is on long double-digit play drives. Is that typical for them, or is that maybe just from that game?
That was an outlier, I believe. They changed the quarterback, and this has kind of how the game flowed. But Jim Chaney, their offensive coordinator, I've known him for a long time. He was at Purdue right when I was coming in. He was leaving. He's coached some big-time places. He's coached at Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee. I mean, he's got some big-time big-time jobs, and you can see he's coaching to his players he has right now. But again, a great offensive-minded coach will put you in some difficult situations that we have to adjust with. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us on defense, and then their defensive line is the same D-line they had last year. And again, they're playing well right now. They're playing a lot of press coverage, and we have to win on the outside. We have to be able to run the ball physical. And again, 3 and 4 yard runs that become long runs in the fourth quarter. So it's going to be a great challenge, and again, it's going to take all we have to win this football game.
So you mentioned the quarterback change. What does Zach Gibson give them in terms of the dynamics of that offense?
A little bit more mobile at quarterback. He'll pull it down and run. Again, he can beat you with his legs. He's got a quick release. He likes to throw the ball to different receivers. He's not just on one receiver all the time. So again, they feel like he gave him a boost to win the football game. So I'm sure we'll see him. If not, we'll see both. So it's going to be, we're preparing for both. And again, he's a great quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands very quick.
As a team, they rushed for 218 yards against Marshall, and we know that's a good Marshall defense. How did they have success on the ground?
Well, they ran the ball right at him. There wasn't any trick plays. It was just saying we'll run the ball downhill, and what they do is they throw the bubble screen out there. That's the extended play of the run. So again, we're going to make sure we're playing downhill. We have to play physical on both sides of the ball this week. They like to run the football, and their quarterback can pull it down and run as well.
You touched on the veteran nature and the returning guys they have on the defensive line. Scheme-wise, defensively, what are we looking at?
They're multiple. They'll play a 3-man front, play a 4-man front. They'll play man coverage. And, again, they have players. They've always had great players, and somehow we found a way to win the last 10 years. But, again, they got great players, and they have really good football coaches. So, again, we have to make sure we do what we do. We can't try to out-coach ourselves. We have to make sure we run the football, play action, and take our shots when we have to.
So sometimes we see teams that will load the box against us defensively to try to stop the run, try to win man coverage against receivers, and you got to win your one-on-one matchups. Similar strategy this Saturday against this type of defense?
Yeah, they're going to make us throw the football. But, again, we have to make our mind up right now as a football team. We're going to run the football. And a 1-yard run is still a good run. You can't have negative plays. 2nd and 9 is a lot better than 2nd and 11. So we're going to stick to the running game and try to control the clock and again, get those dirty runs to become long runs in the fourth quarter.
So our player guest coming up later just sat down. He'll be joining us in a little while, Ethan Johnson. And I know that's a family that's got a lot of ties to this program, is it not?
Yeah, Ethan's been a great player for us, and I've known his dad for a long time. We went to Fort Keelan Military together and came here to App together. Came on our official visit, and so I've known Ethan since the day he was born. So again, he's App through and through. He tried to play the hard game in the recruiting process, but we knew he was coming here the whole time, and it wasn't his dad's mama wasn't going to let him go anywhere except here. So we're glad he's here. He's a great family. He's a great player, and he represents this program the right way.
No doubt. We're excited to visit with him in just a little bit, and excited to see you and the guys get back out onto Kid Brewer Stadium's field on Saturday. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Again, I'm looking for all the fans showing up. Be loud, be early. Let's have a great Saturday here at the Rock.
All right. Shawn Clark joining us on the program. Let's give it up. Coming up next, we will talk to assistant coach of our cornerbacks. Rod West joins the program for the first time this year. That's when we return to River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after this.
When you think of winning play, an unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan, when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
James River Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer dedicated to a full line of residential, commercial, agriculture, construction, and forestry products in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. With local locations in Wilkesboro, Newton, Statesville, and throughout the Carolinas and Virginia, James River Equipment is right around the corner and there for you. For more information, visit jamesriverequipment.com today.
Reaches the ball out, and he's in! More coverage of Mountaineer football after these local messages. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Mountaineer fans, did you know UNC Health Caldwell proudly serves the high country by providing services like women's health, primary and urgent care, cancer care, spine care, urology, and more? When you or a loved one receives care at UNC Health Caldwell, count on compassionate patient-centered care from a skilled team of healthcare providers. For more information on healthcare services from Blowing Rock to Hickory, visit www.caldwellmemorial.org.
More and more Mountaineer fans are choosing to go modern at Modern Ford of Boone. When you buy with Go Modern, you can choose your vehicle, value your trade, pick your payments, apply for credit, even complete your entire purchase online, or just do the parts you want and pick up where you left off at the dealership. Go Modern puts you in control so you can buy where you want, when you want, and how you want. For your next vehicle, Go Modern. Get started at modernfordofboone.com. Proud supporter of App State Athletics.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk here at River Street Ale House, and everyone here enjoying their time at Ale House. Another great crowd for our Tuesday night show. Make sure you also, though, check out Town Tavern Blowing Rock for a great dining experience. They're open for lunch, dinner, and later, and have 19 flat-screen TVs to catch the game. They also boast the largest outdoor dining area in the high country, so make sure you stop by Town Tavern Blowing Rock on your next trip to the high country. Give it up for our next guest, our cornerbacks coach on defense, Rod West, joining the show. Let's hear it for him. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Before we talk about App State football, I really want to hear from you on the guy who got his first career start last night on Monday Night Football for the Bucks. He wears number 24 now for the Bucks. Tyreek Funderburk, who was a part of our program last year, and I know you've got a longer history with him even before App State. What were you feeling watching him start his first career game on Monday Night Football last night?
Just super excited. We were talking about, I remember first time I met Tyreek, it was in December of his senior year, right before early signing day, and he had one scholarship offer. I think it was to Lafayette College, and I was at the University of Richmond at the time, and I remember sitting in his front room and talking to him and his mom and his dad, and he had that big smile across his face, and then just seeing him grow up at the University of Richmond from a young man to a man, and once he graduated and entered the portal, had a chance to reunite with him last year, and obviously he helped our program out tremendously last year, and just so happy for that kid. He does everything the right way on and off the field, and just somebody you want to root for. Not only as good as he is as a player, he's even a better person. So I'm super happy for that kid, and I light up every time I see him on the field.
What can you tell us about the odds that you have to overcome to be an undrafted free agent, to work your way not just on the 53-man roster, but then to be starting by week 7?
And on top of that, what a lot of people don't realize is Tyreek was doing really well early on in camp, but he suffered an injury. So to be undrafted and to still make the 53-man roster after missing significant time, again, I think is a testament of the work he put in, and the coaches over there had to trust him a lot to do the right stuff. So, again, hats off to him. He did everything the right way, and I think this is just the beginning of a very promising year-end career.
Yeah, well, excited to see him and have the success that he has for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as another App State alum in the NFL. All right, so give us some of your thoughts on the play of your position group specifically at this point of the season.
I think we've had some highs, we had some lows. For the most part, pretty satisfied with the growth. The past few weeks, we've done more nickel personnel, so we've been playing with 3 cornerbacks on the field. We think defensively, that's one of our deeper rooms. So trying to get the best 11 guys on the field, and we asked some guys to step into some different roles. They got to be a little more comfortable in the box, playing the run. We're playing a lot more man lately than we have early in the season. So super excited about the growth in those guys, and we're looking forward to the second half of the year.
Can you explain to all of us the difference in playing a star position when you've got that specific spot on the field that we call the star versus playing a nickel package where, like you said, you've got 3 corners on the field? What are the differences that we see there?
it's to get into the weeds and kind of some of the nuances of it. Personnel-wise, when we say nickel, that's more of a true cornerback body who's physical enough to sustain and hold up in the run game. When we say star, that guy is kind of a hybrid type, safety, smaller linebacker where you know what you're going to get physicality-wise in the run game, maybe a little bit more limited in space and man coverage. So we thought with the direction we were heading defensively, we needed somebody who can, do some more man things in space just so we get some more flexibility coverage-wise.
Okay, all right. Coach Rod West is our guest here. We're going to have one more segment with him. If you want to be a part of that, you can get your questions in on Facebook. You can do it with hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter. Our email inbox, mountaineertalk@gmail.com. The text line, 828-295-2063. We'll continue with more with Coach West when we return to River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge right after this.
State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea hard iced tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea hard iced tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
It is great to be a Mountaineer.
The home of the Mountaineers. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
We were heartbroken by the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, but now our hearts are filled with hope by scenes of strangers helping strangers. The Mass General Store is okay, and we will be okay, but our community needs your help today, tomorrow, and for months to come. If you are able, join the Mass Store and donate to the Hunger and Health Coalition to help feed our high country neighbors. Together, we are Mountaineers strong.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They are America's most trusted remodeler and the official exterior remodeler of App State Athletics, because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
Welcome back to the show. We've got one more segment here with Coach Rod West. Appreciate everybody being here at River Street Ale House for another Tuesday night edition of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. And hey, Mountaineers, make sure to check out App State's online MBA, which allows you to earn our nationally recognized MBA from wherever you are. Check it out online at mba.appstate.edu. All right, some questions from the audience. This is from Tony for Coach West. Favorite NFL team and why?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tyreek Funenberg.
Attaboy. Good answer. Good answer. Neil asks, what are some of your favorite things to do away from the team when you're in Boone?
Spend time with my family over there, yeah. Kids heavily involved in sports.
All right,
so spending time with them.
All right, so I was going to ask you this because one of the things I've enjoyed talking to you about is the level of competitiveness that exists within your family. No matter what you guys do, so you got the whole crew here tonight, right? What is the thing that gets the West family most competitive right now?
Man, that depends. My kids are doing fantasy football, so I know that's pretty competitive. I would say just waking up. They're going to find something to compete over. I don't know. It's not anything that triggers it. It just comes out. When your toes hit the ground, they're going to find something to compete over.
Fantasy, is this just like an in-house fantasy football league, or what are we talking here?
Pretty much. A few extended family members. I don't do it, but the kids are My son will tell you every time. I think he just said he's 5-1. I think he said he's 5-1. I think he went 5-1.
I was going to ask who's leading right now.
He is
5-1.
Yeah, he'll tell you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very good. Okay. One more question here from Neil Wooders. Who are some of the guys on the rise to look for in the future in that room?
Man, I think we have a really good room, a lot of talent. The key is always just not settling and trying to find a way to get the guys to do more, be more productive. We got to start converting a lot of good plays to great plays. We got to turn PBUs into picks. When we're close, we got to make some PBUs. A guy I'm really high on, Nick Taylor, true freshman, didn't come mid-year, but ultra competitive, smart, comes from a really good high school football program, and he just gets it, man. So I think he has a bright future ahead of him. But, we have a lot of other guys who played some football, but still I think their best days are ahead of them. You talked about Elijah McCantos. People act like Ethan's old, but this is only his third year. So he's still getting better, and we're doing some different things with him. So, like I said, super excited about not only the present but the future. I think we have a lot of talent, a lot of great kids in that room too.
Nick's a boxer, right? Or was a boxer?
He was,
maybe still is.
Yeah, he could have been professional, but he sent videos during the recruiting process of him on the heavy bag. It's scary stuff, man. I
mean, that probably works out pretty well when you're playing man coverage, right?
Correct.
A lot of hand fighting.
Very heavy hands, and you can hear him when he hit someone's pads. It sound off. So
yeah,
very heavy-handed.
Where has Ethan's game progressed the most this year?
We're playing some in the slot and nickel. He's always been a pretty cerebral player. I think just film study. He comes in every Monday on his own. He wanted to get the notes, before we even start. Practice on Tuesday. So just the mental aspect, very competitive, high IQ football player. I think he knows the defense in and out. He not only knows what we're doing, but why we're trying to do it. So I think just continuing to grow mentally and as a leader of that group. But like I said, we're doing some different stuff and moving around different spots because he's one of our better football players. So we got to feature him in different ways.
What type of skills do you need to be able to transition from if you're just playing traditional corner to playing that nickel spot?
You just have to have high football IQ. You're going to be closer to the ball, so things going to happen quicker. The route menu may be different. Nowadays, on the outside, a lot of fade balls, posts and RPOs. In the slot, you got slot fades, corners, option routes, but he also has to be versatile enough to blitz at times, to defend the run. And again, just everything happening quicker the closer you get to the football. So you have to have high football IQ, and obviously he has that, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, so we've got recognizable faces and names like Ethan, and you mentioned guys like McCantos and Nick Taylor, and Trenton Allen Yao is a guy who's now in his second season. We haven't talked about Jason Chambers yet, coming in as a transfer at the corner position. What can you tell us about the way he's been playing this year?
I think Jason is as physically gifted as anyone we have. The numbers will back that up in terms of speed, weight room, high football IQ. First year in the program, still relatively young. He and Ethan, I think they have really good chemistry together. They've known each other for a long time. But Jason is very athletic, very freakish. As a coach, I just have to make sure he's playing with that confidence and trust it. He jumped from FCS. So I think sometimes, he may have second thoughts about, am I this good? I just have to continue to pour confidence into him and say, hey, just trust it and go play. But I think the sky's the limit for Jason. The more football he plays, the more it's going to click and the better off he'll be.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you being here and educating us a lot on tonight's show. So really appreciate your time, man.
Always a pleasure.
Rod West joining us on the program. When we come back, we'll visit with Ethan Johnson, our player guest, as we roll on from River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after this.
When you think, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan, when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
From the training room to the sideline to the goal line, App Ortho has you covered. Performing advanced hip, knee, shoulder, and back surgery in Boone, App Ortho offers same-day appointments and telehealth visits. App Ortho is also the official sports medicine and orthopedic provider for App State Athletics. Call 828-386-2663 to schedule your appointment or visit apprhs.org.
Reaches the ball out, and he's in!
More coverage of Mountaineer football after these local messages. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
App State's top-ranked online MBA is designed for you. It's a flexible, accredited, part-time program that works with your busy schedule and allows you to earn your MBA in 2 years. Learn online from the same faculty who teach on campus with the unmatched personalized interaction and support we're known for at Appalachian. Your App State MBA is within reach, wherever you are in life. Take the next step. Apply today for spring, summer, or fall admission at appstate.edu.
Hey y'all, this is Michael Felder, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way through the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your favorite podcast. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk coming to you from River Street Ale House, our show presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Appreciate everybody being here for tonight's program. We're going to visit with our player guest, Ethan Johnson, in just a moment. Our show is brought to you by Alumni Hall, the official online store of App State Athletics. Shop the latest and largest selection of App State apparel, hats, Yeti, and all your tailgating gear by visiting Alumni Hall on King Street or shop anytime at appstatesports.com or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, the ultimate Mountaineer shopping destination. All right, everybody, please give it up for our player guest tonight, cornerback Ethan Johnson, joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'll move that up just a touch. There we go. Oh, hang on. There we go. All right, we're good now. Okay, we were talking during the break. I want you to set the record straight because I think Coach Clark may have misrepresented just how dead set you were on coming to school here. So let's set the record straight here.
I mean, yeah, I was pretty much just waiting on the offer, and then once I got it, I think I committed the same week or the next week. So yeah, I really was just waiting on the offer, to be honest. Yeah. That was my dream school.
We're so glad that you're here. Okay, so Coach Clark mentioned that there's a family history here at App State. Tell us, how many people from your family have gone to school here?
Really just, my dad played here, my mom went here, my brother played here, and then the Suttons we're real close with, so I consider them family. Cohen and Corey and their dad went here, and their mom went here too, so yeah.
Yeah. Did you or the Suttons have any rivalries in high school or anything? I don't know if you and Corey really matched up, but maybe you and Cohen.
No, me and Corey actually did.
Did you? Okay.
Because I always would try and cover him when I was young, and I really couldn't. And then, so I was always trying to cover Corey, and then Cohen, me and Cohen matched up a lot. So yeah.
It's pretty rare for a cornerback to admit that they weren't able to cover someone. I mean, I guess that just shows how good he was.
Yeah, he had 7 years on me. So
well, yeah. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, to have that family history with your dad playing here and other members of your family coming to school here, what does it mean to you to also be suiting up for this program?
It means a lot. I think I'll try not to take it for granted because as a kid, I just love this place. So now that I'm playing here, it's pretty surreal. I try to take it in and really take advantage of it because, when I was a kid, I had the Mountainieer jersey, coming to all the games, kids I see now. So
Yeah, and you got Coach Moore here as well. So, I mean, you were coming to games as a kid, watching when he was patrolling the sidelines. That's really cool family history, and we're so glad that you're continuing it here at App. You know, Coach West made mention of the fact that, you know, it doesn't seem like you've been here that long, but you're a veteran in that position room with the cornerbacks. Do you feel like a veteran? Do you feel like you're taking on or need to take on more of a leadership role with that group?
Yeah, I feel like a veteran. It feels like I've been here a while, even though it hasn't been that long. But yeah, I think it's a certain responsibility that I have to take on. Seeing the guys before me, like Reed and Steve, so just trying to continue on the tradition, the legacy of the Corners Room.
What was that like for you watching Tyreek play last night on Monday Night Football?
I mean, it was special, you know. That's the biggest stage, and just to be able to play with him and, you know, consider him a brother and to see him playing Monday Night Football, like, it's just special. I'm real proud of him. So
I mean, I'm sure that you've probably got aspirations to play at that level as well. Do you think about, you know, one day when you get to that stage, you'll have somebody like him that can tell you, all right, this is what it was like for me to get to this point?
Yeah, I definitely think so, because I remember, like, we used to talk about all the time in the tubs, like, you know, he was saying if he got the opportunity, and then me telling him, like, you know, you got a shot, you know, and then I don't know, we always were reassuring each other, and he was always in my corner. So I know if I get a chance to play the next level, he'll be in my corner as well.
What's the biggest thing, or maybe a couple of things that you've learned over your years in terms of progressing and adapting more to the college game?
I try to take a few things from the older guys like Steve and Reed.
Stephen Jones, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely learned from both of them, like, just playing more fast, and those guys made a lot of big plays and, you know, picks and big hits and everything, and they just, I don't know, just playing more fast, kind of pulling your trigger more, you know, blowing up screens, picking off stuff like that, just trying to learn from that, make more plays. So yeah.
Coach West mentioned the versatility that you guys have, whether you're playing boundary or field or even maybe in the slot playing that nickel position. Have you learned a lot in terms of just playing different spots on the field this year?
Yeah, I definitely have. I played a little bit of nickel last year, and it was pretty fun. But this year I think I learned it a little bit more as a whole, and it's helped me kind of figure out the whole defense, like Coach West was saying. So it's definitely fun. It's different, but it's definitely fun in the slot.
You understand maybe more like conceptually the big picture of the defense when you play, especially in the middle of where everything, like you said, you're closer to the ball, you're seeing more things around you, and more's happening closer to the football. So Ethan Johnson is our player guest. We're going to take one more time out. We've got a few more minutes left with him. We'll get to some of your questions that you're putting in the chat for our player guest, Ethan Johnson. That's when we return to River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after this.
University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
Mountaineer Talk postgame is presented by Town Tavern Blowing Rock and River Street Ale House, your high country football headquarters. Our great food and drink specials are available throughout the week. Visit us every Thursday for our famous wing night, Mondays for taco night, and Tuesdays for half-price pizzas. Then, as always, we will have all the games on our high-def TVs for a weekend full of football. Come see us at Town Tavern Blowing Rock and River Street Ale House, or visit our newest location, Town Tavern of Banner Elk.
It is great to be a Mountaineer.
The home of the Mountaineers. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
Vesco Toyota Lift, family owned and operated, has been the exclusive Toyota forklift distributor serving Western North Carolina for over 40 years. Vesco's service department has the experience to keep your equipment running safely and efficiently. Let Vesco's team of local and resident technicians go to work for your business. We open at 6 a.m. and offer 24/7 emergency service. Vesco rents forklifts, scissor lifts, boom lifts, scrubbers, trailer spotter, burden carrier, and 4-directional combi lifts. Vesco has you covered. Call us today at 1-800-951-3131 or visit us online at vescoforklifts.com. Give your business a big lift today.
Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is an App State alumni-owned full-service geotechnical engineering, environmental, construction materials testing, and special inspections consulting firm based in Hickory. Maintaining pace with the latest technology and developments allows us to provide cost-effective services. The high number of returning clients reflect their confidence in our staff and our ability to provide quality results. Visit us at cvet.net to learn more. Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is a proud partner of App State Athletics.
To the show. We are here at River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk as we get set for App State and Georgia State coming up on Saturday. Ethan Johnson is our player guest, and before we continue with him, we want to extend a special thank you to Pepsi and Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina for their sponsorship of Saturday's game against Georgia State. They're our game sponsors for the contest coming up this Saturday afternoon. Thank you to them for their continued support of App State Athletics. All right, Ethan Johnson joining us. He went to a powerhouse program, Huff High School. How often are you keeping up with them right now?
Is it
You're good. Yeah.
I try and keep up with them. I probably not as much as I should, just with the busy schedule and everything. But they just beat one of our rivals 35-0. So, hopefully those guys can do what we didn't do and bring a ring home.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so this is a question that I always tend to ask people that play your position, which is being able to be okay with the fact that when you do your job well, it's kind of boring. Mm-hmm. The ball's never coming your way. There's never any action, but you're doing your job well, and that's kind of the result of it. How do you come to grips with that to know that, all right, well, my name doesn't really get called if I'm playing well?
That kind of fits my personality, actually. I don't really like all the attention and the limelight, so me having a game where I don't give up any catches and nobody really says anything about me, like, that's fine with me. I mean, no catches for me is a great game, so I just try and do my job, and I don't really worry about the attention and whatever comes with it, you know what I mean?
Sure. We mix up coverages quite a bit. We'll play man, we'll play zone. Do you prefer man coverage?
I definitely prefer man coverage. It's less thinking, and we played a lot of man growing up and in high school, so I'm pretty accustomed to playing man, so yeah.
I don't know that you would ever admit to having somebody that was difficult for you to cover, but what are some of the more difficult assignments that you've had as a corner?
There's been a few games, where I pretty much had to take the number one guy, like Coastal last year. They had the big receiver pick me.
Yeah.
ULM was a tough game. That was a tough assignment. Troy last year, Lewis. So it's really every game.
There's good receivers in this league.
It's really every game is a tough assignment. So I don't know. I try and take pride in the coaches giving me that opportunity.
Do you do much talking?
I really don't do much talking. It's really determined on.
Do people talk to you and try to get you talking?
They really don't. No? But I will talk if somebody provokes me. But I pretty much go out there and just do my job and don't say much.
Who do you like going up against in practice if you're doing 1v1s?
I've had battles with pretty much everybody. K-Rob, Stroh, Seahorn. I'll probably say Seahorn.
You get the better of all of them?
I try to, we got really good receivers, so Makai, I mean, really all of them. It's fun to go against.
Well, you definitely hold your own. Well, again, we're so glad that you're a Mountaineer and continuing with that family tradition. And man, all the best on Saturday against Georgia State.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Ethan Johnson joining us on the program. We appreciate his time. That's going to do it for our show tonight. Want to thank Ethan Johnson. Want to thank head coach Shawn Clark and our assistant coach guest Rod West. Saturday, 1 o'clock the kickoff, App State and Georgia State, right back here at Kidd Brewer Stadium. Great to be back in Boone for a home game this weekend. 11 a.m. is our airtime. We'll be back here next Tuesday night for another edition of Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Have a great night.
Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge on the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield. Tonight's show has been brought to you by the Allen Tate Companies. Hey Mountaineers, Allen Tate Realtors is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Allen Tate today for all your real estate needs. Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward. The proceeding is a Learfield presentation of the Appalachian Sports Network.